why measuring your worth is exhausting. I've been thinking a lot lately, about why being unseen hurts so deeply. Because it's sure hurt me a lot over the last few years of my life. Why does being not visible or unseen hurt us as humans so deeply? Not only online, through social media, that's big, right? That's huge. But also just in life in general. When you take a step back, man, it can hurt to not be seen. It can truly, it feels like it hurts your soul. And, taking the time to journal and sit down, I feel like I've realized, something about how I've been measuring my worth. And I've been measuring my worth for far too long, and probably not the healthiest ways. And maybe you guys will be able to relate to a little bit of this stuff. When I say visibility, I mean like who's advancing, who's being celebrated, who's being included. If I'm not visible in the next chapter of life, when everyone starts to move on to that next chapter, I must not matter as much. And I know I've felt this many, many, many times in my life, and I still feel this to this day. Maybe you feel it as well. And when I say unseen, when you're invisible, I just mean like staying back. You're not chosen. You're not moving with the group. Being unseen, it feels horrible. I definitely feel worthless when I feel unseen. I feel like this sense of emptiness and worthlessness residing inside of my body. And I start to question everything that I do, especially my work. My work as a content creator, it's what I do for a living. When my work gets unseen, I put all this work into it and it's not seen, and I don't feel visible. I question my whole life, man. I question all my decisions I've made in the past. I question what I'm doing now. I feel like I'm doing something completely wrong, and the biggest feeling I feel is just this worthless, empty feeling. Like, whatever I do, it just doesn't matter. I wish that silence was more neutral, but the silence, it does feel very personal. Probably the most personal thing that I can feel, And it's crazy, today's day and age, 2025, it's New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful 2026. I hope 2026 kicks 2025's ass in whatever way it needs to for you in your life. But numbers make visibility measurable. And what I mean by that is social media. And I bring social media up, yes, because that's mainly what I do for work, but everyone's eyes and ears are on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. The views, the likes, the comments, the follows. I wish my brain read okay, Hart, you put in all this work, you made all this great content, you worked for hours on end, you tried your best, you posted it. The algorithm just, hasn't figured out who to show that to, and the algorithm's working. It just needs time, right? However long of a time that may take. The algorithm hasn't figured it out yet. I wish my brain read it that way, right? When I look at my phone after 24 hours, 48 hours on my shit, but it doesn't read that. It reads, no one cares. No one cares. And that's exactly where I tie in my worth. And I don't even think you have to do social media for a living to feel that you measure your worth online. I think you could have normal jobs, but the fact that we're on social media all the time, we're looking at people who are visible and seen and have all these likes and views and followers. It feels like they're valuable. It feels like we should respect them just because of numbers, and it's something our brain just measures. It's hard, guys and girls, when your efforts meet no response. It's tough. It's tough. And I'm not asking for sympathy. That's the last thing I'm doing. I'm just trying to clarify and name, what's going on, what I feel, what I know thousands and thousands and thousands of, if not millions of people feel. Some people don't have a language for this stuff, and they just feel it, whether, internally, subconsciously, they feel it. Maybe they don't know what it is or what to do, or maybe they just need someone to say it to help them breathe a little bit, I feel like us humans, especially us men, especially living in this male achievement era, which is crazy and stronger than it's ever been. I mean, look at all the courses and gurus and mentors and coaches that you see online where, it's about money, status, success stories, your physique, how you look, making it. That's all it's about. If you're male and you're not chasing those things all the time, 24/7, you're failing and you're a loser. Because I feel like as guys, men who are seen, the guys that we see online, in person, who are seen, who are very visible, who get a lot of attention, well, they're respected in our eyes. Those, no matter what they do, how they get there, who they are as a person, they got the numbers, they're being seen. Well, I should respect them, right? It's just, people respect them. Maybe if you don't, I know a lot of people other probably do, And men who are not seen, it feels like we're forgotten, left in time. People, your peers, society, the world has moved on from you. And you probably feel alone. We definitely confuse visibility with self-worth. We confuse how much we make, our income, with our identity. And we confuse attention with respect. And that's just how majority of society operates these days. That's how the world kind of works. So I feel like it is important to take a step back and see things for what they really are. And social media, that makes it way worse. There's no doubt about it, man. I'm 31 years old, and I definitely miss no social media. I definitely miss no internet. What a special time it was before the internet. Could you imagine the human connection and how strong that was on planet Earth, person to person? I mean, you had to talk with each other. You had to show up in person and interact and exchange who you are with people. Don't get me wrong, I think the internet and social media is a very powerful tool, and it's a beautiful thing, and it's probably helped in countless ways that I can't even imagine, but I don't know. I've always felt like, and maybe it's just been ingrained in me because of society, my peers, social media, but money and attention, it feels like it's going to protect me from shame. Shame of not having money and attention, which is just so interesting. And I don't want you guys to think like I'm preaching like money is bad. Money is a beautiful thing, and you need money. It does matter. It's not that money doesn't matter. I just think that so many of us, including myself, we just start asking money to solve things that it can't. When they say money can't make you happy, money can't bring you peace. Like, that's one of the truest statements ever. That has to come from within you. It can alleviate stress, it can pay your bills, you can have fun, you can have nice things, you can find some joy in the external possessions that you have, but I think money can not fix more than it can actually fix when it comes to really important things in your life that can bring you that everlasting peace that, whether we know it or not, I think that's what we're all striving for. Right? If I could sit on this bench for 8 hours a day in bliss and be in the most peaceful mindset, those are probably some of the best days I could have, right? I'm not stressing about work, I'm not stressing about relationships. I can just sit here and enjoy nature and be in peace and just meditate. And who wouldn't want that, right? I mean, that's the best mindset to be in. Your cortisol levels will drop, you'd feel fucking amazing. YouTube, don't shadow ban my video for that F word, please, please, please. And guys, I'm just clarifying, I'm not trying to give you advice. I'm not trying to be a guru. I'm not trying to be a coach or a mentor or tell you what to do in any way. That's the last thing I want to do. I'm not trying to perform, sell you anything. I just want to clarify what I feel is real and what has happened to me for the majority of my life living 31 years above ground. Money can reduce stress. Visibility and attention, it can feel really, really, really good. Too good, probably, at times. Way better than it probably should. But I don't think neither of those create peace or your truest identity. And I truly believe that has to come from within. That's the only, and we've always had it. You know, we've always had this peace and true sense of who we are. It's in us, but we add so much clay to our beautiful golden sculpture that we are. It gets covered up, and it's almost like we forget. We forget how at peace we truly are inside, naturally, born that way, you know? So, if you're feeling unseen right now, just know it doesn't mean that you're failing at life. It means that you're human. And I feel the same exact way. I feel the same exact way. And I know thousands, if not millions of other people feel the same way, and we are all human. You're not failing. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.